If you're interested in getting the special videos I recorded for this month, spirit animal messages and gemstone crystal reading for your sign, please click on the link below in the Show More section to take you to my Vimeo videos on demand page for these videos for each sign of the zodiac, or by going to my website www.theluckymermaid.com and clicking on the videos tab on my menu and going to page 6 and click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. This psychic reading video series will bring you messages geared toward broader themes going on in your life, with insights and spiritual guidance and advice, along with the gemstone crystal I drew from the bag to give you details about each particular stone's energetic connections and other properties, and how it would be beneficial and healing and helpful for your particular sign. I appreciate all of your purchases. Thank you so much. Wishing you many blessings and peace. Hi, all the signs of the zodiac. I'm Pam, and welcome to your mid-month Psychic Tarot update for July 2016. This month I pulled 2 cards for each sign using the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they will resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, now on to the mid-month Psychic Tarot update. And the first sign I'm reading is Aries. The first card you have that showed up here, Aries, is the Magician. And the Magician is a card to me that symbolizes the card of the manifester. What you think about, you bring about. What is in the ethers and in the spiritual plane, you can bring into physical form in physical reality. Some of you are faced with having to make a big decision or big choice. Some of you are going through the pangs of separation with someone or something. Could be separation from a person, separation from a job. Maybe you are married or in a serious coupled relationship and you're separating. I'm also hearing some of you are going to be going through the pangs of divorce. I feel like you're seeking out other people's opinions, maybe to help you with this decision. I also hear you seeking out other people's approval in some way. So maybe you feel like if you have a big decision to make, you want to make sure how other people in your life are going to be affected by the choice and the decision you make. I do feel that some of you, your choice is going to be linked to more prosperity and abundance coming to you. So it may sound like a weird message, but maybe some of you, your decision you have to make is about a job, quitting a job or getting a new job. It could be that. But I also feel that if you've been in an unhealthy relationship or in an unhealthy circumstance or situation too long, and you make a decision or a choice to cut it off or end it or whatever, you leave, whatever it is, you may actually find that you get a lot of abundance and energetic boost because you needed to cut that off to bring in more things to you. For some of you, you may feel like your reputation is on the line here, and it could be still about this decision or choice. You have a lot of good flowing ideas right now, and it's a really good time to jot those down either on your computer or jot them down on paper, because your creativity and your really good ideas are going to be coming to you and flowing to you very strongly in this mid-month of July. It's really time to harness your energy, rein it in, and pull it back from anyone that's negative. pulling your energy back from negativity and negative people is also important right now. So the second card you have here that showed up today is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is a card that symbolizes to me being at peace and contentment with your life, with financial stability and financial abundance behind you. I do feel that somebody is going to come in and offer something to you, and to me it feels like feels like a surprise. So maybe it's a job opportunity or something you just didn't expect. I do feel some of you are going to be put into some kind of position of power. And I see you reaping a lot of rewards and benefits coming to you, possibly from this position of power, especially when we get into next year, when we get into 2017, especially the second half. Not that it's not going to happen sooner, that's the time frame I pick up. Next year, you really reap the benefits of it, especially when we're in the second half. If you felt really drained of energy and money, I feel, this could be coming from a parent, a family member, a relative, because I see some of you gaining some money, getting some money given to you by someone connected to you, maybe to help you out. If you've had any money depletion or energy depletion or both, for some reason you have somebody that cares about you that wants to give you this money. So that's a big blessing for some of you Aries. That's obviously not going to happen to all of you. Keep being true to your word and keeping your word, like promises you make and being true to your word will be beneficial for you, because something you do for someone, promising somebody something or doing something for someone, is going to end up being a blessing for you, and you get some payback for that, like good karma, or the person themselves ends up coming in and giving you some blessings or some favor, or it's just of benefit to you. So make sure in July that any promises you make, stay true to your word, and the benefits will come back to you tenfold. So just so that, Aries, I hope these messages helped you for this mid-month of July. Now on to the sign of Taurus. And the first card you have that showed up here today, Taurus, is the Tower. And the Tower is a card to me that would symbolize a casting off of an old paradigm, an old way of behaving, or an old pattern of doing things, so something new and better can occur. It also could indicate a fight with someone that may end a friendship or may end a love relationship, or it could just be a passing fight. This card can also indicate if there's a property or house where there's going to be some kind of damage from fire or lightning, but usually it's a situational with people, not so much with structures, but it can happen. I do feel for some of you Tauruses, someone has tried to come in and steal your thunder or take credit for something you've done, some kind of work, or steal your thunder or steal some words and use it as theirs. That comes up here. I feel that if you're trying to move yourself into a different scenario or situation of authority or power, I feel like someone's trying to block you, or someone wants to put a stop to it or try to block you. I do see you being angry, and I do hear that you have justifiable reasons for anger. So I do feel that some are going to have some confrontation with someone. The person I feel it's coming up the strongest in this general reading is that it's someone trying to stop you or block you. And it feels to me like at your job, with your work, or something you've created. But it doesn't only have to be about work. It can be something you've created and put out there for the world that's not necessarily your job, or it could be in some other way that family or relationship situation where someone's trying to steal your thunder or stop you or block you. Either way, I do feel that you're going to be standing up against this person and having words with them to, like, confront them, to put a stop to it. That's how it comes up. If it's at a job, if it is job related, I seriously see you considering leaving this job because of this happening. You may very well say, that's it. I'm not saying you're going to quit. Some of you may just be like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm quitting. But it may be the straw that breaks the camel's back that then is the catalyst for you to say, in your mind, I have to leave this job. I have to get out of here. So for some of you, it's that. I do feel like you're tired of being like, it's almost like you're treated specially or like the special one, but then you get dumped on so I see some of you having that feeling about some situation. It could be relationship and family and not work. For those of you that doesn't make sense, that it would be a work situation. The next card you have here is work. So to me, I do feel, because if you look, here's your two cards, the Tower and the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles to me is a card that symbolizes learning a new craft, learning a new skill, starting a new job, starting a new business. It is called the card of the Apprentice, and it's a number 8, so that means you will be getting beneficial, money coming to you through whatever this is. I do feel that some of you Tauruses do feel used and abused in some kind of situation in your life. For some of you, I feel it's at work. For some of you, I feel like it's relationship-wise. It's either or. It's coming up that way. I hear you're going to start to tailor yourself and your mind to new strategies. So I feel like you're going to be coming up with new strategies here. I do feel and hear that you are going to be exposing someone for fraud. Like you feel someone is committing fraud here. But you're involved. It's not, I don't feel like you're just wanting to blow the whistle on somebody. Somebody did something with you that you feel has been like committing some type of fraud. So I feel that you want to expose this. Some of you may be seeking out advice from a counselor, meaning a counselor of law, counselor of the law, or it could be, if it's a work-related issue, it could be human resources or somebody of that would be like an authority figure or a boss that could shed light on it. But to me, it feels like it may very well be legal counsel for some of you, because I do get that. I gotta say, I think surprise has to be a big theme for the month of July, because I recall it coming up in the longer, monthly psychic tarot readings, and it's come up already in Aries having a surprise, and now you're getting one too. I pick up surprise coming for you in regard to this. And some of this, I feel like the whole event was a surprise, first of all. But I also see a lot of things being dumped on your plate or in your lap or on your desk where you have to, like, I feel like somebody just handed you like this big stack of papers or pile of work. I just see you having to sort and go through an awful lot of things. But I feel like you don't relish the fact that you have to go through with all these things and deal with it. But I do see you going through it systematically pretty quickly, because I'm getting going through it in quick order. So I hope those messages made sense to you, Taurus. Please stay tuned for the beginning of the month of August for the longer psychic tarot readings in August, because maybe there a lot more light will be shed for you there. So now on to the sign of Gemini. And the first of the two cards that you got for the mid-month of July, Gemini, is the World. And the World is a card to me that symbolizes control. The planets in the heavens, the spirit guides around you, conspiring to help bring you control. I I get this welling up of determination in you that maybe you haven't felt for a while, or maybe just the level of determination is stronger than you've ever felt before, because it really comes in powerfully. Some of you, I'm hearing seeking resurrection. Employment opportunities abound. You are either talking to a lot of people in job interviews, or they're just coming up out of the woodwork and being offered to you. But I'm getting like something's getting resurrected here, and you're determined. Maybe it's your determination, and your determination is high, and you seeking jobs or job opportunities abound. I feel that some of you Geminis feel like you're getting really sick and tired of dealing with the contrary people in this world, and that you are going to be seeking out, possibly even starting your own business for some of you. That does come up here. Like, I'm tired of dealing with all these people that I work with that create problems, or the systems seem flawed or unstable. And so some of you may be thinking seriously about striking out on your own with your own business, or your own, creation of some sort. Any trouble that arises in family matters. I feel some of you have a father figure or father that's giving you some kind of supporting you in any troubles with family matters. If he is deceased, he's helping you from beyond the grave. Some of you, he's in the living, and he's still either on your side or giving you some kind of emotional or moral support. You are going to have a lot of people that are going to be paying attention to what you're saying and doing, and kind of like waiting to see what you're going to do or say next. So that could be either in your personal life or in a job situation. I can't tell which it is because this is a general reading. Who it is, but I see people almost like hanging on the edge of their seat, waiting, like, what is he or she going to say or do next? They seem to be in a state of anticipation. I do feel that you do have some family members, even if you've had contention with them. Some of your family members are going to come through for you in a very big way. So that's positive for you. Now, Gemini, your second card is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups to me is a card that symbolizes a water sign male. This would be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign, or somebody that just has the personality traits of the King of Cups right now. And it can be a female because this is a general reading, so don't be thrown that it is a king. Those of you that have been single or wanting to meet someone, I do see you putting yourself out there, getting your groove on, getting your self together, your mojo up, whatever you want to say, gathering your energies and putting your mind of putting yourself out there. I do see that for many of you, and I feel like this King of Cups is someone, for some of you, it's who you're going to meet. I feel like you're going to have an instant chemistry and bond between the two of you. So I feel like you click right off the bat. Somebody here, I don't know whether it's you or this King of Cups, has had serious commitment issues that, I feel it's past. I don't feel it's necessarily happening now, but because I get like they're fraught, somebody here is fraught with inner concerns and inner worries about being in a committed relationship or what they want to do in the areas of love and romance, like romantically speaking. They've got some question or wonderment, like, what do I want to do here? Am I somebody that wants to be in a commitment? Am I somebody that just wants to date? Am I somebody that doesn't really want to be partnered with anybody at all and I just want to have a series of flings? Those are the thoughts I see coming up through. I can't tell whether it's you or the King of Cups. It could be one or the other or both. I do feel, though, that this could be the relationship that breaks any old boundaries. I do feel that there is a past life connection between you and this King of Cups, no matter who this is. Even if it's for, this is somebody you work for as a boss, it could be an employer. Whoever this King of Cups is to you, but see, it comes into me like more strongly as a relationship. And I'm only pulling 2 cards here, so I can't delve into it any further. But I have to say, you have a past life connection. So just see where it goes. If you're single, even if you're not single, doesn't mean you couldn't, people that are coupled meet other people all the time. So it could be you're just going to be taken off guard or by surprise by this King of Cups is my feeling. And I definitely get a past life connection here. So you might want to listen to this again, but I would definitely stay tuned for the August readings to see, because they're longer, and see what comes out here, if more comes up about the King of Cups then. So I hope that helped you, Gemini. Now on to the sign of Cancer. And the first of the 2 cards that you have for the mid-month update is the Devil. And the Devil is a card to me that symbolizes addictions. It's being addicted to an unhealthy relationship or bound to an unhealthy relationship. It can also be addictions of other kinds, addicted to smoking, alcohol, sex, pornography, spending money, sugar, caffeine, whatever you could get addicted to, gambling. I do feel that some of you Cancerian people out there are putting yourself into a position that my guides are calling off-putting. So I feel like you're in some kind of situation that's making you feel ill at ease, not right. I feel some of you Cancers have had some disrespect shown to you recently. It may have already happened. It could be happening right now, but I'm getting disrespect shown to you. And I do feel like it was done publicly in front of other people. It could be in the workplace. Maybe somebody gave you a bunch of business, not right in front of coworkers. It could be like that. But I do get disrespected publicly somehow. I feel that you're going to be very angry and at cross purposes with yourself over this. I actually feel you angry at yourself as well. So not only are you angry at this person who showed you disrespect, I also pick up you angry at yourself. I feel you're angry with yourself because you don't like to get talked down to that way. And maybe at that time when this happened, you didn't really stand up for yourself. Or maybe it just caught you off guard and you weren't expecting it. So you didn't react in the way that after, hindsight's 20/20, right? So I feel like you're mad at yourself after the fact of this whole thing and mad at the person that disrespected you. I do feel for many of you Cancers, or some of you at least, that there has been someone who has sought to cause trouble for you in your life. Like they've sought it out to, I hate to say that, out to get you, but I really do feel like there's been somebody, they've got a bone to pick with you or an agenda. I don't feel it's random. For some reason, they've got this, it could be past life karmic thing that could have happened in a previous incarnation. And this is like a karmic battle they're settling with you now. Most things that are disruptive are connected to karma. But so I don't really know what their motivation is, but I do get that sense. So the next card you have here is the Six of Pentacles, which is balance. This card symbolizes you giving money joyously and freely and charitably to others. It is a charity card. And it could be you receiving money from banking, loans, financial institutions, insurance payouts, tax refunds. It could be anything like that. It is a card of give and take. I do feel that some of you are going to become enmeshed and embroiled in a situation that you would like to get out of. And I feel in some of you, I feel it's family. And some of you, I feel it could be work. It's coming up more in family on this card. I hear trying to stop the cycle of bad behaviors. So that could be you trying to stop the cycle of bad behaviors either in you or in the people that you are related to, or like situations that keep circling around. And also, I want to say, going back to the Devil card, if someone disrespected you publicly and you're a non-working Cancer, then it was a family member or someone close to you, a friend even, that did it, because I feel somebody has done this to you. So don't take it to heart if you think, oh, well, this only applies to working Cancers. It can apply to you even if you're non-working. Some of you, I do feel, are going to start to try to raise funds for someone in need. Maybe you're going to try to start some foundation or organization to raise funds. If it's not to that extent, you know, like taking up a collection at work, or asking people that you know to donate money, but even if it's not a foundation or a fund, I feel you could be asking people you personally know to contribute to help raise money for someone in need. You know, I do feel, not to be on the negative here, but I do feel that you have some people connected to you, and some of you, it is family, that look at your lofty ideas, or, you know, positively lofty ideas, and they don't think much of them, or they're critical, have a critical eye of them. That's not going to apply to all of you, but I see some of your, it could even be friends, but it really comes up to me as family, looking at your lofty ideas critically, and you know, maybe being dismissive of them. So some of you Cancers may find yourself facing that kind of situation in the mid-month of July. So now on to the sign of Leo. And the first of the two cards that you have here for mid-July, Leo, is the Nine of Rods. And the Nine of Rods to me is a card that symbolizes being prepared and ready for battle. It can also indicate being suspicious of someone, or suspicious of some activity or circumstance that is going on around you. I feel some of you Leos are working an awful lot in July, but I also see some stress or strain on your bank accounts, or your finances, or your wallet, whatever you want to use there. I'm getting some kind of strain there. I feel that you may feel like there's some people that have sought to defame you, or, you know, rain on your parade, whatever words you want to use. And I see it as a few people, not just one person here or one person there. It looks like, you know, a few collectively. I see you very bold and brave, and that you will be confronting your detractors. You know, this seems to be a theme coming up in mid-July. You're not the first sign that got something like that. So, energetically speaking, July might be a bit of a rocky month for people, especially in the middle part, right smack in the middle. I do really feel that some of you that are working have had to really put a lot of effort and energy of climbing your way to the top of your field, or profession, or job, whatever it is, or your career. And I hear you are not going to allow anybody to squash that, rain on your parade, tear it down, tear it away from you. I see you fiercely standing up for yourself and your rights, and protective of your position and your stance on matters. So that comes up here as well. You may have had some people that have been accusatory to you of things about your life, your lifestyle, or your life choices, or like, I just get some accusatory energy coming to you from others. So the second card you have, wow, makes sense. You have the Five of Swords, which is standing up for yourself, standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand, standing up against your detractors. Well, look at you, Leo. Look what came up for you. Some of you will say it doesn't make sense to you. You need to watch your rising sign and your moon sign. because maybe this isn't speaking to you this month. But here you've got being prepared for a battle, and here you have standing up for yourself. Any judgment that comes down harsh against you, I get that you are going to stop it, block it, end it. You're not going to have any of this. I do see you telling people, you are a thorn in my side and I am not going to have it. You need to go away. I am not dealing with you or talking to you anymore. Wow, that could run the gambit. This could be professionally, personally, people you work with, family members, friends. I don't know who this is you're telling this to, but I clearly see you saying that. I get it really smarts and really ticks you off if anybody is like trying to sully your reputation or question your respectability or put anything that you're doing into some form of ill light or put in question. If I see anything driving up the venom in you of like you wanted to like really be angry and lash out, it's that. Somebody questioning your integrity or what you're doing or the way you're presenting things or how you're doing it or what you've done to get to where you are, whatever it is, I just see you being like totally infuriated by it. I do see you having, as they put it, strict adherence to policy and protocol and rules. Strict adherence to protocol and rules. So I feel that maybe you have some strict protocol and rules that you've put on, like, this is my policy about my business, or this is my policy about myself and how I conduct certain things. And if anything crosses the line or threatens it or, seeks to tear it down or destroy it, you are going to stand up for it and fight and to the battle to the end. So I'm sorry if this sounds like a negative message for you. Maybe some of you Leos are having an absolutely stellar month of July, and I certainly truly hope all of you are, all the signs out there, every sign. But I just want to say, some of you Leos, I do feel you're in this like struggling, defiant or battlement kind of stance here in mid-July. But remember, all things are transitory. This too shall pass. So I hope these messages helped you. Please be sure to watch the beginning of August reading, which is 20 minutes long and may shed a lot more light, and things may have improved greatly by then and changed. So please be sure to check that out, Leo. Now on to the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo, I know you guys are all going to say something, so I'm going to start right here. You got the same exact two cards as Taurus. I shuffle these cards over and over again and pass them through incense, and then cut the deck in half. And you got the exact two same cards, and I'm going to show them to you together. You can go and listen to Taurus's and hear what comes up for them, because your messages are not going to say the same thing. But you also got the Tower, and your second card is the Eight of Pentacles in the exact same order that Taurus got them. It might be interesting too, because if you have one of these signs as your rising sign and your moon sign, either being Taurus or Virgo, well, then you're getting it doubly. Like, this is just showing how much of an impact these two cards have for you. So the first of the two cards I got is the Tower, and the Tower is a card to me that means this could be a fight, an argument, a disagreement. It could end a friendship. It could end a relationship. It could just be a fight or a casting off of an old paradigm, of an old way of doing things. So a new way of doing things can begin. Could actually be a structural fire, lightning strike, fire burning down a structure, but that's not usually what comes up first with this card. I do see you stabilizing your forces and your income. I do feel at some point your finances may have been in a state of flux or needing some attention, some focus and balance on your finances. Everybody wants to come in and get a piece of that action of money from you. I feel like you're going to shut it down and say, I'm tired of you borrowing money from me. I'm not the bank of, put your name here. I'm not the bank of. You need to stop or stop coming to me, for I see you. And it's odd. Some of you, it could be one person in particular. But I feel for some of you, you may have a few people that come to you whenever they need something. They're always showing up on your doorstep. They need a place to stay. They need, food. They need to come and eat. They don't have enough money to pay their car insurance or buy food. So maybe they even want to come stay with you and take advantage of you that way. And I feel like these people are too old to be doing this. Some of you, these may be your children that are older, or it could be siblings or just close friends to you. They feel too old to be doing this, and you want them to stand on their own 2 feet. You've helped them plenty, and you may be like, I'm shutting this down. I'm shutting down the gravy train. That comes up for some of you Virgos here. I do feel some of you are actually throwing out some old ways of doing things, because I also get like starting new regimes. Could be new health regimes, could be a new workout, could be dieting, could be certain things you don't want to eat anymore, cutting out sugar and cutting down on carbs and doing exercises, because I'm seeing you throwing out old regimes comes up here. Could be regimes, not personal regimes. It could also be throwing out an old regime of work-related regime of, maybe that's getting cleared out, and new bosses or new people are coming in. It could be that as well. So the next card, it's a work-related card. It is a money-related card. It is the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles to me is a card that symbolizes the card of the apprentice, learning a new craft, learning a new skill. It can mean starting a new business, starting a new job, and gaining financial abundance from whatever this is that you're doing here, because 8 does draw money to you. I get that people are going to start treating you with kid gloves and walking around you very gingerly, like tiptoeing around you. So you must seem volatile to some people in your life, and they're like, ooh, we're going to stay out of that Virgo's way right now. You may have somebody that comes in for some of you that gives you an opportunity to train or study with them. So this could be like a master craftsman of some sort, or somebody that's really extremely knowledgeable in a particular thing that you're going to get some opportunity to study, train with them, or work with them comes up. This is going to, it's connected to positive energy building, my guides are saying, and an increase in money comes from this. I get a reality check coming in here for you of what you need to keep and what you need to throw out. And this doesn't necessarily just have to be stuff, although it can be physical objects. For some of you, this is mentally and emotionally what you need to discard and throw out. And for some reason, it's coming up as a reality check for you in mid-July. You may have some property evaluated, reevaluated, and assessed. Some of you may be refinancing your home. Some of you may be selling your home, or trying to get your taxes lowered. It could be a variety of reasons, but I get some of you getting something property value reassessed. It could be maybe you own a home and your town is doing a reassessment of your entire town for taxes. It could also be that. So please stay tuned and watch the video in August, because they're a lot longer and we'll see what continues to come out. But I did think that was really, really weird that you had the same 2 cards come out as Taurus in exactly the same order. So now on to the sign of Libra. And the first of the 2 cards that showed up here today for you, Libra, is the King of Rods. And the King of Rods is a card to me that symbolizes a fire sign male. This would either be a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. Don't be thrown that it's a king if the messages don't make sense to you. It is a general reading, so females can come up as kings. There's a lot of trouble going on with this king. I get trouble or troubled mind, either way. I feel like this king is seeing things so clearly now, and things have been put into perspective for this King of Rods. I feel that you may be trying to help them decide things, or to do things for them, also comes up here. He may have to go through surgery. I hear he wants some kind of continuity going on in his life, and he may have to have some kind of surgery. It could be to his hip. If it's not his hip, it could be to do with his lungs. Those two things come up here, circling around this King of Rods. I feel that you feel very protective over this King of Rods. This could be your father, or just somebody that you hold in a high regard, high esteem, that you have a lot of respect for. But I do see you caring about them and worrying about them. I do feel this King of Rods is dealing with some kind of calamity right now. There's a lot on his plate. And you may be like, but this is a Libra reading. Why is he coming up here? Because he's really significant to you. I know it's not about you, because this King of Rods is not you, I don't feel, unless your rising sign or moon sign would apply here. But I just pick up that you have a lot of concern and care for them, and you're dealing with them. So they're a big part of your life, and if they're not like part of your daily business and dealings right now, I feel they will be very soon, because I feel you being supportive to this King of Rods, helping them out, so that's why they're showing up here. They may be feeling also down and depressed, and they may be having a problem with their appetite. I do feel that you're going through a lot of problems with them, and a lot of your life is really intertwined or going through a lot of inner workings or dealing with them right now. So that's why they're coming up here. So the second card you have in this reading for the mid-month of July, Libra, is the Hermit. And the Hermit is a card to me that symbolizes spiritual guidance, spiritual protection, being spiritually guided and spiritually led. Your spirit guides are showing you the way to go. It could also be you being the hermit, where you're taking a step back and getting a lay of the land and a lay of the situation before you proceed forward. But you're spiritually guided nonetheless whenever this happens. I feel like you're at cross purposes with yourself. I'm getting you're in a situation of wonderment, like I don't know what to do. I feel like you don't know you're at some kind of crossroads here, which path to take. I do feel that there's something in your life that's coming up to the surface and reaching some kind of boiling point for you. For some of you, this could be connected to what's going on with this King of Rods in your life. You may be coming to a point in time where you have to put together things very quickly, assemble things very quickly. That's what my guides are telling me. Now, this could be projects and plans for work. You may have a deadline that you have to meet, or somebody may have suddenly thrust something on you that you have to put it together quickly. It's some kind of project or plan that you need to put together and assemble quickly. First, it feels like work to me. It could be to do with things in your personal life that suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I got a plan, I got to put a schedule together to make this or that happen, because I do see you, it kind of feeling thrust upon you in a way, but you want things to work out and get things done right and in order. So I see you caring about it. It's not like it's something you don't care about. Some of you may feel like some judgment has come down against you that you may feel like is unwarranted or unfair. So This could be dealing in a court case or a legal case. It could be about that, but it could also be, in a job or work related situation, or even personal life, where you feel like some people have been like unjust or unfair about you, or something you've done, or something that's gone down, because I see you feeling like there's been some unfair, unjust judgment that's come at you. So please stay tuned for August. Hopefully there will be more messages there that will address some of these things, that will expand on it and give you more insight and information. This is just the quick update for the middle of the month. So now on to the sign of Scorpio. And the first of the two cards that you got for mid-July, Scorpio, is the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is a card to me that symbolizes going within, analyzing, overanalyzing, ruminating, pulling at straws, maybe looking back on the past with sadness and regret. You may not be paying attention to the blessings that God is giving you, or signs that you're being given, because you're analyzing or going in within too much. I do feel that I hear you saying, why does it have to be this way? Why do I have to be dealing with this and going through this? I feel some of you want out of some kind of situation that you're confronted with or facing right now. You want to be out of something, or want something to be done and over. I feel that some of you really do feel like you are being treated unfairly. I have to say this. I know it's going to sound odd, or maybe not, but many of the signs have had some version of that. Not exactly the same, but some similarities, and you're getting it here in the middle of July too. So this could be planetary effects that are affecting all the signs that are kind of bringing that kind of thing to the surface. I feel like you've worked so hard or for so long, and you've done your bit, you've done your part, you've done the things that you feel you were supposed to do. So in some way, you do feel you're either getting the short end of the stick, you're getting treated unfairly. It doesn't have to be work. This could be in, relationships, family situations, or in friendships. It doesn't have to be work. But for some of you, I do feel it is work related. I hear too much time has been spent. Too much money has been spent or lost. Like, I'm seeing you ruminate about like time being lost or wasted, and money being lost or wasted. That does come up here. I feel that you do everything for everybody else, and that you get either put on the back burner, looked over, or forgotten, or pushed off to the side. And I feel that you're really tired of that kind of scenario happening for you. I do feel you have successes. Sometimes they're big and sometimes they're marginal, but I feel like it goes back and forth. Like, I feel like you feel like some of these successes and things happen, like you tend to feel like there's some kind of seesaw happening in your life. And I see you thinking about it through this Four of Cups card. The next card you have here, Scorpio, is the Queen of Swords. And this would be an air sign female, either being an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign. Or somebody that just has the personality traits of the Queen of Swords. And don't be thrown that it's a queen, because males can also come up as queens in a general reading. I see it almost comes up like it's you, even though you're not an air sign. I see yourself looking to your future and saying, I can't have things this way. Things have got to be altered, changed, or become different. And I'm seeing you really intently putting thought towards your future. I do also pick up that, sometimes you get thrust into a position of power, and then I feel that sometimes people have taken it away from you. And then you maybe doing something, and then you get all kinds of things dumped on you, like responsibilities and things expected of you. So I see this being part and parcel to why you don't feel like you're getting treated fairly. And again, because this is just a quick update and it's a general reading, you're going to have to decide how that makes sense to you, whether is that in your personal life and with family matters and friends and relationships, or is this happening in your work environment, or both, because it's coming up here through this Queen. I also feel that you feel chivalry is dead, that people, and not even just, male chivalry. I feel that you feel disappointed with the way people are behaving anymore. Like they're like the old fashioned niceties or politeness in the world has fallen by the wayside. So chivalry of all kinds in your mind, I see you feeling like, I'm disgusted with some people or the way some, things run or are behaved anymore. Chivalry is dead. I picked that up from this Queen of Swords. I also do pick up this Queen of Swords as a person to you that you need to make peace with and then move on from them. So that could either be in a love relationship with them, or it could be a friend or family member, a mother, a sister, any family member. Doesn't have to be female. I just get whoever this is to you. This is somebody you've had points of contention with, and you have to make peace with them and then move on from them. I don't know that this is anything you can fully heal. You can just say, let's agree to disagree, or let's part in ways of let bygones be bygones, and then you have to move on. So that's what's coming up here with the Queen of Swords and the Four of Cups. So now on to the sign of Sagittarius. And the first card that came up here for you, Sagittarius, for the mid-month of July is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is a card to me that symbolizes an air sign male. This could be a Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign, or it could be somebody with the personality traits right now of the King of Swords. Don't be throwing that it's a king. Females can come up as kings and knights in general readings. You're going to be traversing and covering a lot of ground with this King of Swords. They're giving you a lot to think about and a lot to talk about. So you're dealing with this King of Swords quite a bit. For some of you, it could be a love relationship. It's up to you with what you're going to do with it. You could end it and break it, or you could keep going with it. So for some of you, this comes up as a love mate or a relationship partner. For some of you, it could even be a business partner. And I see you thinking, I have to figure out where this King of Swords is coming from, mentally, emotionally speaking, or what their perspective is. I see you saying that I have to figure out where they're coming from. I see you having the feelings of confusion about this King of Swords. This King of Swords also comes up to say here about some of you that have applied for a job, possibly with this King of Swords, and you're waiting to hear back from them or wondering what comes up. Now, when the people cards come up, they don't mean the same thing. Even in a private reading, a person card can come up as more than one person. So in this case, some of you, it's a relationship, you don't know where they're coming from. And for others, it's somebody you applied to a job and you're like waiting to hear back. What's their decision going to be from this King of Swords? But in the relationship sense, whether you stay with this King of Swords or not, in romance or business partnership will end up being up to you. I feel at sometimes this King of Swords takes you for granted at some times, and other times lifts you up and puts you on a pedestal. And I feel like this is what becomes very confusing for you. The second card you have here that shows up today is the Temperance card, which is patience. Having to have patience, and it can also be the divine source working through you in what you're doing and creating and putting out there into the world. But first and foremost, it's patience. I hear you've been giving yards and yards of it. So I do feel that you already feel like you've been patient about something going on in your life. I also hear that you're tired of trying to analyze things and figure everything out. So I get the energy coming from many of you Sagittarians that you're deciding to just sit back, relax, and let things come to you instead of trying to drive forward and force some issues. I know recently you've had a lot of business successes because it's come up in other readings about making money and business opportunities coming up. I don't know whether this is talking about in a business sense or in a relationship sense, but I get that right now you're going to go in the, I'm going to go put my, put it on autopilot and cruise and let me see what's going to happen when I just sit back and don't do anything. Not that you're not working or doing any efforts, but in some area of your life, you're going to be taking a sit back and let me see what's going to happen kind of mode. And you may even put a designated time frame on that. You may thought, I'm going to give this 5 months or 6 months or 4 months, and in this time period, or it could be weeks, in this time period, I'm not going to do anything of what my normal pattern of behavior would be. I'm just going to sit back and let's see what the universe rolls my way. Some of you I see taking some kind of class, and it could even be about reflexology for some of you, but obviously that's not going to be the case for all of you. I do see some of you taking some kind of class, and for some of you, the class may actually be something that will be useful or helpful for you in your current business that you may own, or your current job, or job that you're employed in. It could help you. Some of you could get a marriage proposal. There is some kind of harmony, marital harmony or marriage proposal and harmony coming up here. And if it's not you receiving it or doing the proposal or receiving it, it could be somebody that's close to you, very connected to you, like a son, a daughter, a granddaughter, a grandson, or a really super close friend to you. Because it's weird how it was mentioned. It was like out in the outskirts there. And maybe the way they mentioned it, the way they said it, is because obviously that's not going to apply to all of you. So it's a portion of you that are going to experience that. But it is coming up here through the Temperance card. So please be sure to watch the August readings at the beginning of the month, because those readings are a lot longer and more information is going to come out from 5 cards for you instead of just this 2-card update. So I hope those messages were helpful to you. Now on to the sign of Capricorn. And the first of the 2 cards that show up for you, Capricorn, is 2 of Rods. And 2 of Rods is a card that symbolizes to me partnership in business. It can also be partnership in romance. It could also indicate somebody having their focus and attention on their work or on something else and not giving you the time and attention that you deserve. I do feel that some of you Capricorns are going to be going away and doing some traveling in relation to possibly work. Some of you, it could be for pleasure, in the midpoint of July. I do see you working hard to rectify some things that went wrong. This could be in a relationship sense or in a work-related business sense. I also see you getting a green light of something is a go from something that was once stalled or stopped. So that also comes up here. I do see you getting ready to climb some mountain of possibly paperwork or some kind of work that's coming up here for you. But it does feel like a considerable amount, quite a bit. And I've seen you getting ready to tackle it. If you don't start it in July, you will be starting it in the beginning of August. I do feel that there's too many hurtful words that have been said and spoken between people, either to you or you and somebody else, and that both sides, maybe the words were too hurtful, because I do pick that up here as well. Something, because of those words, it could have precipitated an ending. So something may have had closure because of these, words. And I hear it was timely, like it was time to end it. So try not to have any regrets or remorse. I know that's much easier said than done. I'm not saying it lightly, but I do hear that it was meant to be. It was time. The timing of closure and for it to end was the right timing. I don't feel there was anything else that could have been done to rectify it, change it, or save it. It almost seems like fate, destiny, meant to be. So the second card you have here of the two is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is a water sign male that would either be a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio, sun sign, rising sign, or moon sign, or it could be somebody that just right now has the personality traits of the King of Cups. Don't be thrown that it's a male, because females can also come up as kings and knights in general readings. There's a lot going on with this. I feel it is a guy, but I'm just going to say there's a lot going on with this king, and I do feel him swimming around you. That's the words that they used. I feel like this King of Cups is trying to figure you out and trying to figure out how to handle you or deal with you. They want something from you. They need something from you. This could be love and romance. It could be money. It could be work. It could be ideas and inspirations. I don't know what they need from you, but they feel like they need something from you. I feel like they have a lot going for them, and they want you to acknowledge it and recognize that and see that in them. So if you're single, this could be somebody that's trying to make an impression on you for you to acknowledge them, take them seriously, to date them, to get involved with them. It could be that. Or they may want you to hire them. Maybe you're an employer and this person is in your job place already and wants a promotion, or they may be trying to get hired. But I get that they want something from you. They want you to see them in a particular way, and get acknowledgement and recognition and something from you. I feel like they're very poised and composed about themselves and their work, and I do feel that they are family oriented. This King of Cups is convinced they have something special to offer you and give you. I am going to repeat myself. It comes up again. I feel like they very well could be. They feel to me like they're trying to sell themselves to you. And it's either love or work. It comes up either way. I do feel that you're going to be giving them the benefit of the doubt and giving them some kind of chance, opportunity, or try to see what it is they can do and what it is they're all about. I don't see you shutting them out or turning away. I don't see that. He does feel to me like he's got a lot of ideas and inspirations, and there is a lot of positivity connected to him. So just know that, Capricorn. Please be sure to watch the beginning of August, because maybe more will come out about who this King of Cups is and how they factor into your life in those longer readings at the beginning of the month. So I hope these messages were of help to you. Now on to Aquarius. And the first of the two cards that you have, Aquarius, is the Judgment card. And the Judgment card is a card to me that symbolizes, what do we think about this situation? How do we feel about it? How does it affect all of us? What's the word? What's the proclamation? What's the news? What's coming down? How are we all going to deal with it, and how does it affect us? I do feel that some of you Aquarians have been put through the emotional ringer, and it's now a time of rethinking things and reevaluation. Comes up for mid-July. I feel that some of you may not feel like your ground is as firm or as solid as what you're used to or what you would like it to feel. So I'm getting the sense of feeling like, I want to feel more solid. I want to feel more certain or more grounded about things. You may be getting involved in working in some kind of group or circuit training of some sort, because I get like working in a group, working in some kind of circuit, or working with some kind of team. That also comes up. I feel like if you broadcast yourself out to the world, into the public in some way, through your work or through some kind of manner of speaking or speech or what you write, or whatever you do, I feel that the nuances of it are going to change, and there's going to be some kind of changes that you are going to incorporate in what you're doing and what you're saying or what you're creating. There will be some changes that you're going to make on your part. Might be slight, doesn't have to be overt, but I do get like I'm getting like in little sections, I'm implementing little changes here. Some of you, the actual energetic patterns in you are changing, and I don't feel that you're going to be able to take certain things the way you used to. If you were somebody that maybe could exercise and run at a great distance for 10 miles a day, 5 days a week, or used to be able to work hours and hours and hours and burn the midnight oil, for work, something's changing in you where you can't take something, could even be a food, or something like alcohol or sugar, or the way you used to, and you may have to like cut it down, cut it out, pare it down, whatever you want to say. That also comes up here with the Judgment card for you Aquarians. The next card you have here is the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is a card of sadness, loss, and regret. This card is also showing that not all hope is lost, because there's still two cups that are upright behind the man in the cloak or woman in the cloak. That's sad. And this could also be a card indicating that you have had dealings with or have to deal with people or someone close to you that has trouble with alcohol, or you could have the problems with alcohol. Not always, but it can come up with this card. I hear deciding with what you want to do with all this racket. I get making changes. So something in you're deeming as racket. That could be noise. It could be like what you're dealing with, you're deeming racket. Like maybe there's too many things coming at you. And I'm seeing you making some decisions about changing some things. If you were embroiled or enmeshed in a relationship that was very, sad to you, disappointing, I feel like it may come back up again and you have to face it and deal with it. Like, so somebody from the past could be returning, or some emotions that were connected to do with the relationship from the past maybe resurfacing, and you have to focus on it and deal with it. I do see you getting tired of beating yourself up mentally and emotionally speaking, and I'm picking up that you are tired of certain things. Now, it's so broad, I don't know what the things are because it's different for all of you, but I'm hearing that you're just so tired of certain things in your life that you just want things to be settled and done with it. So you don't like if it's energetically speaking and it's sadness and depression over a relationship that hurt you and emotions are coming up again, you don't want to deal with it. If it's the person themselves resurfacing and coming up and you're having to focus on it or deal with them again, I get you don't want to deal with it. You want to be done with it. You want it to be over. I feel like this is some burden or something that you've actually carried around too long, and it's eroded you emotionally or eroded your spirit in some way. I feel like any changes you make in July, you will be seeing the benefits of those changes a month later by the time you get to the midpoint or at the end of August. So changes you make in July, your benefits come to you from those changes in August. So please stay tuned for the beginning of the month of August reading to see what comes out for you there, Aquarius. So now on to the sign of Pisces. And the first of the two cards that you have here, Pisces, is the Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups to me symbolizes wish fulfillment. All good things coming to you in an emotional sense. Cups do symbolize emotions, so this looks like some wish coming true for you in some way. And I am hearing that You are going to be making money hand over fist, and I also hear that you are going to be developing your talents. Your talents are getting expanded and developing, or your work and your business is getting developed and expanding in the mid-month of July. I do feel like you're heavily involved in organizing, planning, scheduling, getting linked up with other people. Could be working in groups or as a team, and maybe you're being put in charge, like the foreman, the head guy, the lead person, the head woman, the supervisor. It could be like that. I do feel you getting put in charge of something and receiving some kind of bonus because of that. Either you're getting a bonus, a one-time bonus, or your money is going to increase because you were given this opportunity. I do feel many of you Pisces are actually really great with words when you're speaking, and also with numbers. Maybe you're a Pisces that's going to say, I'm not good with numbers at all. So maybe you're the one that's good with words. I get words and numbers. Pisces are good with that. And I feel people recognizing that in you and appreciating that in you, and giving you some kind of chance or opportunity and wanting to see what you can do. I do feel like there was some kind of great deal of stress circling around you recently, because I feel that money matters were of a concern. So maybe this is alleviating that, because it is a wish fulfillment card. Some of you may not have felt like your digestive tract has been working right. You may have had acid reflux, or the feeling of feeling like you're seasick and you're not even on a boat. I mean, that kind of thing. You may have to take Tums or some other type of antacids, or just maybe even getting an upper GI to get it checked out, because maybe you have an ulcer. I just get that kind of energy. Could even be a hernia, but that's not digestive. I just get that kind of nausea or stomach irritations or digestive issues do circle around here. So the second card that came up for you, Pisces, for this mid-month of July, you have the Death card. And this card symbolizes to me transformation. Something ending so something new can begin. Sometimes this card comes up if somebody that you care about has already passed away and they were connected to you. But usually this card to me is something transforming inside of you or in your life. I do hear you have to stop second guessing yourself. So that would be a good thing to transform, but I'm hearing that. I do hear something is going to come down from the crystal clear blue sky and just land and fall right in your lap. And it's an opportunity, and I get that it's coming to you and you are going to run with it. So if you're a working Pisces, this could be a promotion. If you're a non-working Pisces and you're looking for work, this could be a job or an opportunity for a new job landing in your lap. I do feel that you have had too much time spent embroiled in conversations with people over circumstances and situations that just don't matter. I see you coming to that conclusion. So I kind of feel like you're coming to the conclusion like you've wasted a lot of time with people. Maybe it's friends that you used to hang out with. You may feel like, man, I wasted a lot of time talking to them or hanging out with them or associating with them. Or if it's in business and work, you may feel like, man, I put all my energies on trying to get this account or trying to drum up business, and I wasted all this time and it didn't pan out. What a waste of time. So I see you looking at people, a few people, or business or personal, that you feel like time was wasted here. I see some of you mixing something into something that you're drinking. Looks like some kind of powder, and I feel like it is something, it might start with the letter B, that is to energize you, to lift up your, like in the day, I'm sure people still take ginseng. I'm not saying it's ginseng, but, there's been, people that have said this boosts your immune system and your energy, that ginseng can really give an energy boost. I feel it's like that's the intention here, or one of the intentions of this, but it's something that you're mixing in. Looks like powder to me that you're mixing into something that you're drinking. Now, it could be something to do weight loss. Maybe you're doing this, and maybe it's protein shakes or something you're drinking so that you don't eat as much, and it's to lose weight, which will then give you more energy. I don't know, but I just see this coming up as part of the message. I also feel that in the midpoint of July, your creation level is incredibly high. So I feel some of you that are creative will be creating something out of nothing. Like you have the power to make something really amazing, creatively speaking. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be some great painting, some terrific book or script. It could be, you could be awesome in construction and building, and you build some amazing addition or gazebo, whatever it is. Your creation level is incredibly high in the mid-month of July, and you are going to be putting that to good use. So I hope that these messages all made sense to all of the signs of the zodiac out there. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please be sure to subscribe. That way you will get notified when I post my monthly Psychic Tarot readings and my mid-month Psychic Tarot updates. Please be sure to follow me on Facebook and click like on my page. I would appreciate that. I do post things there daily. I pull cards and other insights there that you won't be able to see here on YouTube. And please be sure to follow me on Twitter. If you would be interested in getting the special video I am recording on Vimeo for download and purchase, and this month I purchased these items specifically for this reading. I am going to be pulling cards from messages from your animal spirit guides, oracle cards from the Stephen Farmer deck to give you messages there. And in conjunction with the cards, the animal spirit cards I pull for each sign, I also have a bag where I've put, I think I have 14 stones in here, maybe more, that I am using different crystals that I am going to pull from the bag, one for each sign, and I'm going to give you not only the messages I receive about why the stone gets picked for you, but also the properties and what benefits could have for you if you were to carry it in your pocket or sleep with it under your pillow in conjunction with the messages from your spirit animals oracle cards. If you would like to get these videos for download and purchase, you can click on the link below in the Show More section, and it will take you to my Vimeo videos page for this readings. You can also access these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com, and clicking on the Videos tab on my menu and going to page 6, and there you will see the heading for spirit animal messages and natural gemstone crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. I'm sure I'm going to title that differently, but I haven't worked out the title yet. You can access that by clicking on your sign under that heading, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. I want to thank you so much. I appreciate all of your purchases of the videos on Vimeo and for your watching my videos here on YouTube. It means so much to me. I really appreciate it, and all your kind comments. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the month of July, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.